Hello Woodchucks and welcome to Silverrun Forest on the Platinum Edition of Farming Simulator 22. That's right, I said Woodchucks because we're going to be doing a lot of forestry work. So, farmers? Nah, we're more of Woodchucks on this one. We're starting here at the roller coaster. Just because, why not? I had no other place to start because we own absolutely nothing. I'll get to the money in just a moment, but this is what we need for the roller coaster. We need to build this thing. Now, there are 4 building stages. This is the stage 1, and I think as each stage gets along, there's more material that needs to be produced. But as you can see, we need wood beams, planks long, metal, floor tiles, staircase railings. Now, I've already been on this map for about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, testing a couple things, testing a couple of mods. I did try the WOODCHUCKS sawmill mod, which makes planks and beams. The planks work, but the problem is, since his beams are titled as beams, they're not wood beams. So, if you're thinking about using that sawmill, which spits out lumber, spits out planks and beams really quick. Yeah, planks are great. I went on another map on Silverrun, and I was buying all of the production buildings to see exactly what they took, because there are planks and planks long, and I was trying to figure out what production buildings just took planks. If enough of them just took planks, I was thinking about maybe putting down that sawmill and just spitting a lot of planks to a lot of productions and getting a lot of stuff done. But all of them, I could pretty much see, most of them take long planks. So, we'll be spending money there. Speaking of money, I don't have a loan, and this is what we're going to do. I just gave myself $5 million because we're going to be buying a lot of stuff, and then we'll round it off to the nearest million. So if I spend like $3.5 million, we'll quote-unquote have borrowed $4 million, but I'll have to go in the XML file to put a $4 million loan in, because on hard economy, the most money I can borrow is $500,000. So I'll have to go in there and kind of do what I did in other series, because the game only allows you to borrow so much cash. I'll have to go in the XML file, and anytime I pay money back, then I'll have to go in the XML file and do it that way. So, yeah, if you're new here, it'll make sense once we start doing that, but it won't be for a little while. So I just gave myself $5 million to start with, because I really don't know how much we're going to be spending, but we're going to be spending a lot. Should I get to the farmland before we start buying? I say farmland. Before we start buying products, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get some land. Now, you may see a couple of things on the map like, oh, you already own vehicles. Technically, no, we can use them, but we don't own them. I didn't know about this one. There is a forklift in here at a sawmill. This sawmill here is one we can just sell trees at. That's not a production building. The old sawmill is up here, which we're going to be buying here in just a moment. But first things first, let's go into farmland. Now, we're going to be buying lot number 27. It comes with a field. And yeah, we'll get to I'm going to do that field in just a moment. Just come up with some open land so I can go ahead and put down my house / cabin. Maybe a shed. I don't think I'm going to do a shed yet, but I'm going to need a house. And I do want some land. And let's go ahead and buy that one right there. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and buy that. And then we're going to come up here. And like I said, the old sawmill's up here. I need to deliver the lumber there to get all the production started up. And I had to look at lot number 6, and it's not that steep in here. So I think we can do a lot of good work in here. This is going to cost me $142,000. Let's go ahead and buy that. So there, now we got that land there. So what I plan on doing with, let's go back to map overview. Right now there's cotton in it. I could care less. I'm not going to lease a cotton harvester to harvest it. Some people say, well, there's a crop in there. Go harvest it. For how much it's going to cost me to lease a cotton combine and get that cotton off there and sell it, it's really not worth it. We're going to be planting grass in there. Why grass? To make silage. And the reason why I decided to go on this route with grass is I'm only going to lease a drill once. Of course, once you plant grass, and then it doesn't matter how many times you cut the grass keeps regrowing. So I'm not going to have to replant all the time. So I'm not going to have to buy a seed drill. I can just go ahead and just lease it, plant the grass once, we're done. And then I can harvest the grass 3 times a year, and then just keep making silage and sell silage as an income. We need some income to start this whole process. So that'd be kind of nice to get the silage up and going. So we're pretty much going to have to buy a tractor, which we need anyways, a mower, and I'm going with a silo bunker. So a silo bunker and a forage wagon is cheaper than getting a baler and a wrapper. So that's the route we're going to go there. So yeah, we're going to be changing that into a grass field. This field here, we're going to put a house down eventually. But yeah, not quite yet. Let's go ahead and actually travel up to the old sawmill. And this is kind of expensive, but it's $250,000. Let's go ahead and buy it though. And if we come on in here, choose material. Excuse me? What? Let me go into here then. I don't know what that's all about. Where is it? All right. So, of course, we can bring in trees. And this is the only thing this place takes is trees. But it makes your planks, it makes the long planks, it makes the wood beams, and the prefab walls. For the roller coaster and a shipyard. I don't know if it's called a shipyard or dockyard, whatever it's called. But they do require the wood beams. The long planks pretty much go to all the other production buildings and planks. If I ever get this so full that it can't, with logs, that it can't produce it, then maybe we'll look into another production building. But for starters, we're going with just this. So we got ourselves a sawmill. Yeah, everything's empty, so don't worry. But yeah, our lot is like right across the way there, so I can cut down trees, bring them on down with our truck and our autoloading trailer, which we're going to start with, which we're going to buy here in just a moment. And we just got to drop them in here, and then we can turn on our production, start making some materials. Now, I was watching Dagger when he got like early access to the Platinum Edition. In my test, when I had the sawmill, the Autoloading sawmill going, I put the wood planks on distribute. Now, they do not automatically go to the roller coaster or the shipyard. Actually, I got to figure out what that's called. I don't want to be calling it, just keep calling it the shipyard, but boat yard. I can't travel there? Why can't I travel there? I thought I could. Where else can I travel to? Somewhere close? What? Oh, because I'm on the wrong marker. Let's travel to the boatyard. So, yeah, planks, long planks, wood beams, metal, and floor tiles. So on Autoloading's sawmill, I put the planks on distribute, and they don't get distributed here. When you bring them here, I was actually shocked. I got paid for bringing the planks over, but it goes into building the boatyard. Now, I do believe, and I got told this, I didn't read this, but I got told once this is built, it's actually a production building that you can buy and keep on making boats and sell boats. So, I don't know if I want to do the boatyard first or the roller coaster first. Not too sure. All right, let's get into the good stuff, which means start buying our machinery. So far with the land and the production building, I've only spent just a little over $500 million. I really don't want to go over 2 million, so can we keep it low? I don't know. Oh, you know the one thing I have not checked yet? I wonder what's for sale in the store. Actually, where's the store? I don't even know where the store is. It's the one with the basket on it, Peanut. There you go. Here we go. Right at the store. All right, might as well sit right here. So the first thing we're going to need, well, we are going to need... Oh, let me check the store page, sale page first. Well, there's a baler for sale, but that's not the route I want to go. And I don't want to spend $81,000. I can buy a forage wagon and a silo bunker a lot cheaper. And that's not even with the wrapper on it. Ooh, I just saw something I probably should buy, and it's probably kind of weird for you to maybe think so, because it's not something I use quite often. And that is the skid steer. Half off. Now, the only reason I want the skid steer is because on the Platinum Edition, what we need to do, if I go to skid steer tools, and I was looking for this tool on other ones, this is called a hydraulic breaker, which we need to use to break up rocks. It's only available on the skid steer. I went back and I looked at for telehandlers, wheel loader tools, front loader tools. The only place you can get that is on a skid steer. So I'm going to need a skid steer. I don't know how soon, but it's half off. So did you think our first purchase on Silverrun Forest was going to be a skid steer? I bet you many thought probably not. Let's go back into the store page. Now let's buy what we do need, especially on day one. Forest machinery. I was going to use what comes with the Platinum Edition. If I can, there's a lot of new vehicles with the Platinum Edition, which we'll be using. I thought I was going to use, I did not check on this Komatsu. Okay, so the one thing I was checking on, which I did not see the stat before when I bought it on No Man's Land, my tree harvester. It tells you the width of the tree it can cut up to. This can only go up to 65 centimeters. Oh, no. Don't want to purchase that. I want to hit back. I'm glad they double checked that. This one can cut up to 70 centimeters. And then we're going down to the base game. The Ponzi can do 64. The Komatsu in the base game can do 71. But we're going to be using the one that I actually use on No Man's Land. Why? 80 centimeters. So that's what we want. I definitely don't want just tires on our tree harvester. We want to make sure we get these tracks going over the tires, because if you ever done tree harvesting before, these come in real handy, because if you're driving around and you got logs on the ground, you try to drive over them, and a log gets stuck between the wheels, it's not that fun. I don't think they made it better to drive over, but this will make it a lot easier. Now the tracks, I don't know what the different tracks do. I mean, they do have a different look to them, where the spikes are. So, but they all cost 8,000. I don't want the wide tracks. Let's go with Magnum because, you know, why not? But this is going to cost us, well, pretty much how much we spent so far, 478,000. But there is our tree harvester. Make sure it's there. Ooh, hello. I did use you, definitely, on No Man's Land. So if we got ourselves a tree harvester, how are we going to move the trees around? Pretty simple. We're going to get ourselves a truck. And like I said, I'm going to definitely use the auto-loading trailer to start with, just to get things up and running. But maybe a little bit on down the line, when I have more money, we'll start looking at the wheel loaders and other ways of loading it on up. So we have the new trucks into the game, the Volvo. You got the old Globetrotter, and even this it says Globetrotter up here even, but they named this the F-16 Globetrotter. That's the old style, the new style. Since I'm in the States, and I do believe Silverrun Forest is kind of on the Pacific Northwest of the USA. We're going to go with the American Volvo, which is right here. I don't know how long of a wheelbase I want. If I start going into the woods trying to get the logs out, that could be tricky. I know there's a lot of machinery that we can use to get the logs out of the forest and to the trailers. But at the beginning, I'm trying to spend as less money as I need to, and I'm already just over $1 million. Yeah, that trailer's just way too long. I find with 3 axles, it doesn't turn as good. I think we're just going to go with the tandem short. Do we want beacons? Of course we want beacons. The mirrors are on the front of the hood. I do not want those for an extra 1,000. We'll take those off. The sun shield, we can do without that. The horn we want. The antenna we want. The arrow parts I found out were these side skirts right here. We'll take those on off. The main color, if it's going to be the woods, you definitely don't want green. What will stand out would probably be orange. I'll be able to find my truck in the woods if it's orange. So we're just going to go with that. That's 153,000. There is no engine upgrade. It is a 500 horsepower engine. The Globetrotter, the newer Globetrotter, can get to 750 horsepower. But yeah, we're going to go with this right here. Let's buy that. All right, let's back on up. Let's go to here. Then we got to go to forestry. And now we need ourselves the auto-loading trailer. Which one can I get, though? That's the thing. I think I'm going to go cheapest first. Just the thing is, if you're wondering, this can hold up to 12 meter long. So that's a look at that trailer there. Going in the woods with a long trailer, probably not the best idea. So the 20 meter one long, I mean, that's going to, every corner I go around, that's going to get stuck on everything. So let's go ahead and get the shortest one. And yeah, we can cut our logs up to 12 meters long. I do believe now we can cut up to almost 20 meter long logs on the tree harvester. Let's go ahead and buy that. So the other things, I might as well buy it now. I don't think it's going to come up for sale, but we need ourselves a tractor so we can get our field taken care of. It won't be today, or at least in this episode, I should say, but it will need to be planted this month in August so the grass can grow and I can get a tree cut. Yeah, so I already got trees on the mind. So we can get the grass cut, at least one cut in this year. So we're going to go to medium tractors. We're definitely going to go with the Massey Ferguson since I got my New Holland T8 on East Vineland. I'm going to go with the Massey Ferguson because it's a tractor I have not used in a while. So we're going to go with this one right here, the MF8S, only because we're going to upgrade the engine to a 305 horse. And we're going to go with Michelin tires, Michelin. And I always like to go with wide tires. The front loader, I'm glad this can take a front loader. I'll spit it out. I don't know if I'm going to need a front loader on here or not. I don't plan on doing animals at all. It's going to be all forestry work, productions, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, we're going to do all this. And this is going to cost me $244,000. Let's go ahead and buy that. And that is all I really want to spend right now. So far, we haven't spent even $2 million. I know it sounds kind of weird saying that. He says he hasn't even spent $2 million. But this will get us started. We got ourselves a tree harvester. Of course, we got ourselves our truck. We got ourselves our autoloading trailer. I can either autoload them, or in the future, if I want to manually load them, we can do it that way. We got ourselves a Massey Ferguson tractor so I can get my field planted with grass. And this was on sale. It's the only reason why I bought it now. But we can definitely cut up some rocks. Now, you may be asking yourself that you saw earlier, how do you make metal? Well, on this map in Silverrun, there actually is a ore mine shaft up here. Now, there is a bucket loader and an old dump truck up here, which we get to use. So, I do believe that ore is free. Now, since the game just started for me, not much is piled here, but a steady amount of ore is going to come out of this mine. So, it's not like you can just come take unlimited amounts. It will build up over time, and you take it, but you have to put down an ore refinery. So if I come in here, go to construction, go to productions, now I got to find it. It's going to be under the platinum edition. I think this is it right here. Iron furnace. It's 180,000. Got to find some place to put that. I really don't want to put it down by my farmland, so maybe when I cut down some trees and get going, we can get this up and going. I don't know when, because we're just getting started here. Like I said, I don't want to spend more than $2 million on our initial startup here and get the process going. The one thing, since I haven't spent that much, if I want to do WOODCHUCKS sawmill, because that thing can spit out planks, so flipping fast, it's only $125,000. I could put that down to start to spit out the planks, and I could feed the roller coaster, I could feed the boat yard, and get that settled, and I can make the old sawmill just focus on beams and all the other products. And if I want, I can just keep selling planks. But I'm going to get the old sawmill filled up first. So, yeah, that is our start to Silverrun Forest. Almost 20 minutes in here. And that is where we're at. What I need to do now, because I forgot to do it, I didn't even get my steering wheel hooked up yet. So I can't, I can drive with the keyboard, but I drive bad enough with the steering wheel. You don't want to see me driving with the keyboard. So, do I want to buy a flatbed? The reason being, transporting a lot of the stuff around, I don't low loaders. There's stuff in the Platinum Edition. I think that would transport my tree harvester, but it's 56,000. I know I'm going to spend a lot of money elsewhere, and you may be thinking, it says 56,000. It'd be nice to transport some things around, which is true, but once my tree harvester is up on that property by the sawmill, I'm not going to move it too far, so I may just drive it up the street. So, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a jump cut here. I'm going to get the tree harvester up to lot number 6. We'll get the Volvo and the autoloading trailer up there as well. And I think we just got to get to start cutting down some trees and start feeding the sawmill. Kind of get the process started. Well, found my way up there with the tree harvester. That doesn't, wait, stop and go braking. Need to change that. Hang on a second. New game, so you got to change all your settings. I wish I would kind of remember what you had on there. Where is that setting? I need to find it. There we go. That's better. So what was I saying? Yeah, found my way up there. The tree harvester, even at 13, 14 miles an hour, it's not that bad getting up where I had to go. I probably will get a trailer maybe for the Massey Ferguson for the skid steer to go on, so I can go ahead and do the hydraulic braking, which, by the way, can be contracts. I'll show you the contracts in just a moment. There are different types of contracts to do. There are 3 arable fields, as you saw. We bought one. Field number 1 is rather a decent size. Field number 3 is, they're all on the bottom left of the map. so southwest corner, if you will. So that's where the fields are. Nothing's going to stop you from buying, you know, a forest and clear cutting it, and then removing all the stumps, and of course plowing in a field and making fields, doing that stuff. If that's what you want to do. I need to turn here. Hopefully no trains coming. Alright, so far, even though I got an empty load, this truck seems to have a decent amount of get up and go to it. Maybe in the future, I didn't check on the tires. Did I have a tire option? I don't know if there was a tire option. I would probably like to put the big balloon tires on the truck if I could, just because, but we'll see how this goes. The sawmill is right over there, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm going across this bridge, how do we get down there? But there is a way, so I went the correct way, if you will. Let's get this on down through here. Yeah, so this trailer here is the shortest. If you remember, this is the 12 meter? I think it's a 12 meter. Yeah, and the other ones would be almost twice the size. Coming around and through here could be kind of difficult. Let me just double check on this here. Max is 6 meter. Can I change that? So we can do up to 12 meters. 12, yeah, so it's a 12 meter long trailer. Let me go ahead and park this here. Oh yeah, so let me show you the contracts before I forget. So yeah, you got contracts for removing dead wood. In this area, there is a problem with dead wood. Help the owner and cut down all dead trees. Each tree is already marked. You can sell them afterwards. So, you know, they're going to pay you that much, which that means there's a couple ways I could do it. If it's only 10 deadwood trees, I could probably use a chainsaw, which I do have in my inventory. You still start with a chainsaw. That's what I want to do. Yeah, still start with a chainsaw. So you got yourself your deadwood field. I got my supply and transport on here, just in case I make a lot of production. Maybe I'll sell them that way. And right now, let's see, tree transport. Transport the trees to the sawmill. Wait, transport 19 trees. So, is it just transporting trees? Transport the trees to the sawmill in the south to get paid. Be careful not to damage them, as any damage will deduct them from your pay. So if it's just transporting trees, why is that so difficult? I'm not sure. That seems kind of interesting to look at. If it's just transporting trees, well, it doesn't say how many trees there are. Well, it does say 19 trees right there, Peanut, if you look at it. I thought that meant transport trees from field 19, but it's actually farmland 16. Yeah, okay. So there are contracts on here. There is, like I said, hydraulic braking with the skid steer. And those are the ones I can think of right off the top of my head. Anywho, what did I mark this? 12 meter. All right, let's jump in this. Oh, man, it's going to take me a second to get used to this again. Do I want them at exactly 12 meters long? Probably not. Can I do 10 meters? I can do 9. We'll do 9. That just gives me a little bit of free play. I don't want to cut them all at 12, which is why I got that set for, and that's the max I can take. I don't want this, say the tree harvester cuts them at 12.1 and the logging trailer won't accept them. That would kind of suck. So let's go to 9 meter. Just to start with anyways. Alright, let's go ahead and unfold. Which button is to unfold? Z to unfold. It's not X like everything else. Alright, let me unfold it. There we go. Alright. Now if I remember, it says if I come up to the tree, this is something new that we haven't seen before. When you come up to a tree, you can see the marker on it, which means I can cut it. Did I not turn on the tree? Do I have to hit a different button now? And all my keys are showing up. It's X to cut. Alright, wait a minute. Is that the same as... Aha! That one's already marked on my keyboard. So they changed a couple of keys from when I last used. At least I think they have. But at least that's on my Satec side panel. Now the one thing I probably am going to need is a stump remover. I do have the Easier Developer mod where I can just go in there and click a button and they would all just disappear. But we're probably not going to do that. Now there's a whole bunch of different type of trees here that we will be dealing with. And it doesn't seem like it matters to the sawmill what type of tree we bring there. Now, deadwood, I don't think when you do deadwood, there's not many leaders in a tree. It may look like you're cutting a big tree down, but there's hardly any material to it, which makes sense because, well, it's dead. So I don't know what tree is best yet. So when we get to replanting trees, which I'll be interested in doing, that'll be on down the line. Like I said, we gotta start bringing in some cash here before I can start doing other things. But we will be replanting trees. So when I clear cut a forest area, we'll have to go in there and replant and see how that goes. Lot number 6, which we're on, I don't know how long it's going to take me just going through here because, you know, I really haven't really done that much forestry work in Farming Simulator in a long time. Let's just put it that way. I was trying to think if I'd done... I think I did a decent amount in 15, but back in Farming Simulator 15, trees were worth a lot. But the one thing that steered me away from it was, before I knew about autoloading trailers, if there was one in 15, as we all know, loading up and picking up logs was not that much fun, so... The amount of time I tried to load logs into back of a trailer, or a logging trailer, I kind of gave up on it. But getting back to the intro of this series, Woodchucks. If you've been around here long enough, I used to play another game called Lumberjack's Dynasty, which was, as you can imagine, was about being a lumberjack. And I always introduced, when every episode began, that was Hello Woodchucks. So I think it was just fitting to bring it on back because that's pretty much what we're doing here. And I think recently someone left a comment, maybe like a week or two ago, said they kind of missed hearing that. And I think that's what probably reminded me of it. And I was like, you know, with Silverrun, we could bring Hello Woodchucks back to the channel. Because that's pretty much what we're going to be doing here for the most part, I think. Now, the one thing I'm kind of nervous about this series is, you know, at the beginning it's going to be a lot of, well, cutting down trees. Once we move along, you know, we'll start get to planting trees, doing a lot of, there's a lot of different ways of cutting down trees other than with the tree harvester. I definitely want to practice with it a little bit at first, or maybe I'll just say the heck with practicing and try to do it with you guys. But yeah, there's more ways that, you know, obviously with a chainsaw, you're using a tree harvester. You can do it with cables and lines and moving logs around. A lot of different things we're going to try out here. But in the beginning, like I said, we need to get things moving us a little bit. I need some sort of income. Because it looks like we're going to have about a $2 million loan to pay off. It all depends on how this old sawmill performs. I don't know if they up the speed of the productions and all that. And I don't want to use, you know, I don't want... Don't want to get into involved where we're doing things 10 times as fast everywhere. Even though I was thinking about using the sawmill, which I still may do so. But that's just for planks and just earning some cash in the very beginning. I can see the line marker in here. We'll cut this one down as well. I am kind of curious because I think if I go to create containers, shipping containers can be filled with logs and sold as a whole. Interesting. That's part of the Platinum Edition. If I go to pallets, it's under pallets. I want to look at saplings. Is it tree saplings? Tree saplings, Platinum Edition. Okay, so this will tell us the different type of trees that we got. There's spruce, pine, stone pine, birch, oak, willow, maple, pagoda dogwood, shagbark hickory, American elm, cypress, downy serviceberry. I have no idea. That's weird. Giant. Is that the? Great. The name. Redwood. Giant Sakua. Giant Sakua. Maybe. Lodgepole pine, ponderosa pine, and we're back to spruce. A lot of different trees. I'm sure someone out there, I wish I had time to do it because I would, you know, real life, real jobs, and, you know, taking care of a household. I don't have that much time to plant one of each, you know. I would love to do a test to see which tree, when it's mature, gives you the more bang for your buck. Meaning which one produces more leaderage. There's that word I like to use in Farming Simulator, leaderage. So I was a bit surprised when I came home from work today. It says Platinum Edition will be available on the 15th. I came home from work today, which is Monday. It is the 14th, right? Yes, today is the 14th. So I thought my first episode of Silverrun would be on Wednesday, the 16th. But yeah, you're going to get an episode the same day that it should be released. Or it's been released, I should say. Now, I did see something funny when I saw the post from Giants. It said the release is going to be at different times for everyone, depending on when it comes out. So I don't know what that really means. But anyways, I have it. So that's what I care about right now. Let's see. I need to do the left side. Kind of forgot how to do this. Switch autoload to right side. So it's already on the left side. So I need to start loading. Should be good to go. Show unloading position. No. Is there a way to show me? It's been a while since I did this. I got my other one on No Man's Land set up. And that is an autoloader for you. In case you've never seen one, just drive up beside the logs. Yeah, I think these are working just fine because the logs are sitting in there nice and neat. That 20-meter long trailer would be very sweet, but I think for the beginnings, this is going to be just fine here. Is it turned off now? Nope, I'm still on auto load. Now this is what, you know, in the future it's going to be difficult to do. Some logs are going over. Let's go ahead and strap those in. So just driving this truck anywhere, yeah, the back wheels kind of came off the ground. So just driving in the woods, yeah, it's not going to be. So I stuck on there for a moment. Almost didn't let me turn. Driving up the woods probably not going to be the easiest thing to do. But let's get our productions up and running here. I probably should have tested on how to do this. Let me go ahead and turn the interactive zone markers back on. My trailer is moving on its own. I don't think the logs are enjoying that too much. That could be fun. If I come back and that's gone, well, then we know what happened. Where I think I saw Daggerwind just drop it into the pond, and that's all we had to do. But can I drop it anywhere in the pond, or do I have to go to a certain area? Okay, that's where we go in to activate what we're doing. Do I have to pull it? Do I need to pull into here, or is this where the things unload? This might be the loading area. Or, sorry, well, yeah, where we load the products from. Oh, that was just, it just popped up in the bottom right-hand corner what the production is. I'm just going to try dropping it in the water on this side. I don't want to have to drive across the railroad tracks. Alright, so probably what I should do is save the game just before I unload. Oh yeah, that's not liking it too much here. I think I may have overloaded my trailer. I didn't realize we were cutting that many trees down. I think I just see a post though. There should be like 20,000 trees on this map, so plenty to cut on down. Let me go into here and we're going to save it. Come down here. Kind of get near the water here. And then it says show. Okay, I think they had an update to the autoloader because I don't remember seeing this part here. Shift position, control. Oh, so I can really shove them out there, can't I? Well, let's see what happens. Start unloading. That log got zoomed way on out. I do see logs going up into the mill. So my guess is they're just going to sit there, and I think I found a log that was causing the problem because it didn't want to unload. Where can I see? Take a little bit of a swim here. I hear a lot of noises coming along in there. Hey, everything's running. But I don't want everything on right away. Hang on a second here. Prefab wall. No, let's deactivate that. We don't want that on. They do sell for quite a bit. Wood beam. I might as well just make everything right away. So I can hold 110,000 liters. But I already got like, well, I don't know how much we got in there yet, but it's still taking it. Alright, so I think I'm just going to leave this here for now. Let's see, hide unload position, which is numpad. Must have been an update to the autoloader because that is all new from last time I used it. I will get my Volvo out of here. Make sure I can just drive on out nice and easy, which we can. Alright, that's good. We're going to let the sawmill do its thing just for a little bit. It's up and running, so that's nice and good. Let me tab here. Nope, it should have been... Where's my Massey Ferguson? There it is. While we're here, let's go ahead and we'll go to big bags. We're going to go to seeds. We're going to buy one of these. And then we're going to go into seed drills. I'm sure I'm looking right at it and I don't see it. There we go, seeders. I probably should mention we're not doing precision farming on this. And I got stones turned off. I don't want stones in my field. Just didn't want to deal with it. I do got 300 horsepower. Let's go ahead and get... That requires 300 horsepower, 12 meter wide. And if I wanted to lease it... Oh, wow. Almost 8,000. What else we got? Not that it's a bad price. Okay, so this is 12 meter wide. But that's more expensive. I probably need a direct drill because I'm going to be planting right over some crop here. Is that a direct drill? No. Is this a direct drill? Yes. 159. Requires a lot less horsepower. Only 8 meter wide, but that's fine. Direct drill. Yeah. Okay, let's click on that. And then lease. 8,000. Oh, because I clicked on this one, which is not a direct drill. This was a direct drill. If I lease this one, 9,000. Let's go with this one. It requires less horsepower. Just pick one peanut. That's all that matters. Yes. All right, Massey Ferguson. And got close enough to refill. Oops, I was refilling. My bad. And we're going to want to make sure we set that to grass. If I need more, well, do I need more than 1,000 liters? I don't know how much it's going to take. I think I'm going to. For 800 bucks. Yeah, we'll just we'll do it this way. I think I get reimbursed, do I not, when I return it? Or is that only during contracts? I'm not one for leasing equipment to do work on my own farmland, so am I not close enough to the other one? Perfect. Alright, let's see if I can find my way without actually looking at the map. I'll let you come along for the ride so you can kind of see the map, in case you're not getting the Platinum Edition. So there's the roller coaster. Like I said, we gotta bring planks on down. Well, you saw the list. So, yeah, the ore, I think, I did a quick look myself. Of all the new production buildings that you need, the only one that's not on the map that I could see was the ore refinery to make iron ore. Or not iron ore, but you got to make metal. That's the only production building I could not find on the map. Every other production building for the Platinum Edition that you need is on the map. So most of it is down. I don't think I showed you the map. If I haven't showed you the map, I apologize. If I scroll on back on the map here, most of your production buildings are down here. The paper mill is here, if I remember. The paper factory. Of course, the old sawmill is up here. There is a train to sell stuff. There is a fuel station up here. And like I said, all the production buildings are here. Pretty much all of them. There's another fuel stop right here, which is good. But yeah, that's all the production buildings are down in that corner there. Oh, is that my field right here? Yes. Oh yeah, and as you can see, now the map's on the bottom left-hand corner. We bought field number 2. Now I'm going to scoot right across the railroad tracks. No train, no train. All right. And, yeah, field number 2. And, of course, field number 1 is right there. And field number 3 is across the way over there. And that's all the arable fields that we have on the map. All right, let me put this down here. Actually, with things all being hectic, this is a direct drill. Should be. I do have crop destruction on. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this cotton. I do have weeds turned on. But that shouldn't matter on a grass field. Which it should, but it doesn't. Farming Simulator. Yeah, no weeds on the grass field. At least unless they change that too. I have no idea. I didn't read all the patch notes on 1.8. So I don't know if they introduced weeds on a grass field. So about the only thing I'll have to do is fertilize it and put lime down, which the first year I'm not going to be too concerned about it. So I will need a silo bunker, but nothing I need to purchase right now. But I didn't know how much money I was going to spend. So right now we're just almost at 1.5 million. So like I said, I'll have to go in the XML file, and what I'll do is eventually at the end of August, once we end August, we'll see how much money I've spent. By then we'll have our cabin down, and maybe buy a couple more things. I may even buy another production building. I want to see how fast this old sawmill runs. But once we get done, basically it looks like we'll be borrowing $2 million, which means right now I would have like $576,000 in my bank account. So we'll probably repay some of that off, but I'll have to do that in the XML file as well, because yeah, you pretty much screw up the game if you borrow more money than the game allows you to in the XML file. When you try to repay out $5,000 at a time, it brings you right on down to the max that you could have borrowed. So it really screws up everything. So I'll have to do it in the XML file until we get down below. Hopefully I don't have a loan for too long. I remember at the beginning of Elm Creek, the loan payments or interest rates were ridiculous. So I hope that's been adjusted. If the loan payments at midnight are extreme, then yeah, I may have to figure something else out. And I'm not a person that's afraid of loan payments. Go back to Farming Simulator 19, where on this channel we had a series of the challenge where I pretty much took over a farm that was $55 million in debt, and we repaid that. And yeah, the first, I don't know, 40 episodes were just pretty much make enough money every day to break even on the loan payment. Not the loan payment, on the interest payment, just to cover the interest. Not repaying back the loan, just covering the, it was like $180,000 just on a $55 million loan. But that's what the loan interest rate was. So yes, with this grass field, we'll be cutting it, of course, put it into a swath. Then we'll get ourselves a forage harvester, and of course put a lot of silage additive into it. Then of course we'll put it right into a silo bunker, compact it, and then we'll sell the silage when we can. I may put down a double or triple bunker, because I would like to hold on to the silage until the price is the best. So if I do 3 cuts a year, that means, you know, throwing the grass in, compacting it, let it ferment. And as I learned from No Man's Land to East Vineland, I don't know how long it takes for grass to ferment on this map. No Man's Land, it was 1 month, and the grass was fermented into silage. East Vineland, it takes 3 months for the grass to turn to silage. So on the base game maps, I don't know how long it's going to take after it's been compacted and covered before it turns to silage. But 3 cuts a year, maybe a 3 silo bunker kind of a thing. And of course, to transport all that, I'll probably get myself a belt, which costs like 30 grand. And of course, we'll need a trailer of some sorts to transport the silage to. There's only one sell point for silage. I haven't checked to see what the best price is. I wonder if this price is the same as, you know, I probably should check to see what the silage price is on this map before I went ahead and did this. That would have been smart. 156, but it can get up to, yeah, so it's almost like East Vineland on hard economy, like 190-ish. These prices are going to adjust a little bit because we just, you know, we're in the month of August. We're on day 1, or the first / day, month, whatever you want to call it. So those prices will fluctuate just a little bit, but they're about the same. So I'm guessing, yeah, like it's still in January is the best time to sell it. So we do own all that land right there as well. I may as well go ahead and put down the house as well. I don't want this episode to go too long, and yeah, we're almost at an hour long, so maybe I'll save that for next episode. So what I'm probably going to do here is finish up planting the grass here, and then next episode, well, cutting down some more trees. We'll put down our house. We'll try to figure out our money situation. We'll see how fast the old sawmill is producing planks and such. I'm going to need a trailer to move stuff around, probably get the auto-loading trailer, just because we're going to be doing a lot of productions, moving them from one to another to get things built and produced so we can start building the roller coaster. From what I saw on the post, in case you're not too sure about this, from what they're saying, it takes about 3 in-game years, maybe even 4 to get the roller coaster built. No one really said how long it takes to get the boatyard built, but once we get them built, the roller coaster, you can ride the roller coaster, and of course the boatyard, once you get that built, you should be able to buy the boat yard and start building some yachts or boats. I don't know, but it sounds kind of interesting. So I don't know which one I want to feed first, the roller coaster or the boatyard. Not too sure, but you know, we're on day 1 here. We'll figure it out. But anywho, I need to get this grass planted because this will be somewhat of our moneymaker for a little bit, for the first year and a half. Yeah, hopefully by the end of next year our production buildings are going, because we have to buy the production buildings, of course. They're not cheap, but they're not as expensive as the old sawmill was. I think that was the most expensive one, but we own it already, so that's a good thing. The iron ore production building I'm going to place somewhere, so that's not already in the map, so I got to find a place to place it. But I think I could squeeze it over here in the corner if I wanted to, but maybe by then we'll have one of the forest areas kind of clear cut and I could make a flat enough area. I would like to get it up, the iron ore production building, up near the mine. That way I have to transport it as far. And I'm not sure if I can bring my own trailer up there and load it up as much as I want to. And I would maybe even try to cheese the system by bringing like a belt up there and just using a belt to load it into a trailer. I may have to test that. But we're maybe like 15, 20 episodes before we get that far, I think. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here on Silverrun Forest. Had to think about that for a second. But until then, have a good one.